into the next room to talk with the doctor, and I'll never forget his words. He said, "Unfortunately, Susie, we think Trevor has cancer. We think he has leukemia, and he needs to go to the hospital right now." I just remember thinking, how am I going to walk back in that room and tell my husband?
Trevor Van Sciver was just 2 years old when he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
I always felt as though childhood cancer was rare, and that's until it happens to you. After watching Trevor go through his treatments, and he went from this healthy hearing 2-year, 4-month-old boy to barely being able to sit up on his own. His speech became slurred. All he wanted to do was lay on me and was extremely sick.
Trevor was fighting for his life.
When I look back at our entire experience, I just feel nothing but really thankfulness. And that's kind of strange to say because it was grueling. It felt like hell on earth at times. It was heart-wrenching and just the hardest thing we have ever experienced or hope to ever experience in our lives. But I'm so thankful for what it gave us.
And that's a whole new outlook on life, on what matters and what it truly means.
I feel like going with what we went through, watching him suffer day to day, some of the days felt like months and years. And after feeling so helpless and just hoping and praying that our son would make it through this, and by the grace of God, he did. And I feel like we live life differently. We do. We live life big.
It definitely makes you more grateful for the little things in life.
That's Trevor today, almost 16, your typical teenager, but also a survivor, a fighter.
Throughout this journey, it has given me a passion and desire to give back. And it has also inspired me to want to become a doctor.
To help the hundreds of kids every day fighting just like he did.
Our clinic and our hospital ward is really still filled with children and families who are on that childhood cancer journey.
Dr. James Fauner is the Division Chief of Pediatric Hematology Oncology at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, and for the past 3 decades sees the reality, the impact of childhood cancer.
We see between 45 and 50 children each and every day in our outpatient infusion clinic for their chemotherapy, their procedures, their blood transfusions, and anywhere from 20 to 24 children on our inpatient unit being cared for each and every day. So you're right, it's how many degrees of separation. Almost every family through their school, through their church, through their neighborhood will know a child whose life has in some way been touched by childhood cancer.
It's why the month of September is so important, because for these families like the Van Scivers, childhood cancer has forever changed them.
We know that we are lucky, that we are blessed, that Trevor, made it out the other side of all of this and is this healthy boy. And we know that there are many families, we have met many families who have lost their kids, and we do not take for granted the fact that we have our son here with us today. And it has given us a passion. We have this very strong passion to give back, to try to raise money, to help find a cure, to help families who are going through this.